Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to try to get the body off of this Grand Marquis in two pieces. Never done one before. We'll see if it works. I'll run you through what I'm going to do, and at the end we'll see if it takes it apart. So just to catch you up, what I have here is a 2004, I believe, Grand Marquis. Picked it up cheap. Gonna cut the body off and put an F100 on it. I intend on keeping the dash and the seats and everything, the interior of the Grand Marquis with the exterior of the F100. A lot of people don't like it. I don't really care. It's what I want to do. But I'm hoping I can cut this body up and pull it all off in one piece. Like I said, never done one before, so I'll find out if it works or not. But my intent, and once I get some cuts made, I'll film it again, but my intent is to cut a pillar here, cut the glass all the way around, same thing on the other side, cut my B pillar down low. Those are easy. But what I'm hoping is I can cut across here, and I've drawn some lines, and looking at it, I think I can cut what above the seam up through here into the back, and we'll come around here. And I want to keep the trunk floor. Not sure if I'm going to use it or not, but the bed that I have doesn't have a bottom to it, just bed sides. So if I can use this, I'd like to. But you can see where I drew my line. So I'm going to cut across the top of the seam there. At that point, I'll dip inside the seam, cut around, and we'll cut the back the same way. And that should allow me to keep this trunk floor cut across there. You can kind of see my haphazard line. I'm not going to follow the line, just wanted to know where I was going to be on the seams. Come up. That's where my gas line runs to the tank. Don't want to cut through that. Over top of the seam seal. And over here should be the same way. Yep, we'll just cut to the right of that seam, down and around there, and back that way. And what I'm hoping I can do with that is then come up, run the forks with the tractor right through here, and lift the whole darn thing off in one piece. So we'll get to cutting and see if it works. Okay, got all my cuts made. As you can see, just cut across the windshield, threw a blanket down, try to save the dash a little bit. I did pull that plastic piece out. I didn't mention that before I started cutting, but pulled that out. Like I said, intend to reuse all that. So, cut across there, cut across the B-pillars, cut down inside there, across there, up and around, and I'll try to get a better angle here in a moment. But as you can see, just cut across the top. And I know there's going to be a bit of trimming once I get this off, but you should expect that. But yep, cut across. Down there, I transitioned from going on the top of the filler to the inside. There is a pretty thick bracket right here. Had to run the Sawzall blade all the way down in. Didn't take much though. Cut across. One plan I did change was on the back. As you can see, I started cutting down here. I intended to cut across, but this is double wall. Well, not double wall, there's a piece here and a piece on the outside. So I just cut up and went across there, cut through the trunk bracket, and same thing on the other side. And a little piece of advice on these, cut a little bit further than you think you need to. Doesn't matter, you're scrapping it all anyway. But cut across on the inside, there we go, of that. And then back around, up and over. And I know some of them look gnarly. I'll clean them up. I had to do a couple of plunge cuts to get it back because I couldn't make the turn. But there was one, there was one. But it worked out. And we'll come back over here. It looks just like the other side. As you can see, cut across the top and down. And then just cut through. And again, around the outside. You can see daylight all the way through. Now, my hope is I can take the forks of the tractor, run them through here, lift it up, and have this body off. This took about 50 minutes to cut. I started at 4, it's around 4:50, give or take. Now that's not counting stripping it down, of course, and I went through it, I labeled all the wires. You can see the blue tape. Never done this, so I don't know what I'm gonna need, what I'm not gonna need, but I wanted to have everything labeled. Took a little more time on that. Pulled all the doors, seats, carpet, obviously. So next step, if it'll still start and back out, start and run, we'll back it out, take the tractor and see if we can get it off. One thing I didn't mention was the Sawzall blades. A couple things I didn't mention. One, I only used a Sawzall for this, no cutoff wheels. And I used these Diablo blades. I like them. I went through probably 5 blades cutting all that. So I don't think that's too bad of a deal. I have 20 blades left. All right, let's see if this works. Getting a little dark on me. Hope you can still see. That worked out well. Yep, windshield cut. Got my bucket seat so I can move it around. Yep, everything worked out good except for I forgot to take my gas cap off. Still works, but I did break it. That's why I didn't want to come off immediately. But that worked out really, really well. And so that was less than an hour of cutting and then taking the tractor and pulling it off. And I know not everybody has a tractor with a front end loader, but if you're doing a body swap, you were going to use something to lift your body off and new one on. But yeah, super happy with this. Needs a lot of cleaning up, which it would have needed that anyway. Cool, I'm gonna get it back in the garage before it gets dark. Hope this helps somebody. Appreciate you watching.